It is Monday evening, the 11th of May, the day after Mother's Day. Yesterday was such a cool experience of experiencing what abundance feels like on this kind of new visceral level, that literally the bliss and the joy felt in the experience of just seeing my children was so intense, yet so calm and peaceful, like I'd never experienced it before. And watching them paint their hands and put them on the fence last night, which was something that they did as children. We had a symbol in our house, and it was the earth, the globe, painted remedial. I'm not an artist necessarily, but I am creative. And it was a symbol for me of hope at one point in time. It was a curtain that hung in our house. It was a white sheet that we painted the globe on, and then we placed hearts and music notes and our handprints in different colors all around it. And it hung proudly in our living room for probably, 5 to 10 years. And it was a symbol of hope that when I saw it, even though life was really dark at the time, even though I didn't know how I was going to survive, when I saw it, it uplifted me. It brought me joy. And that joy carried me into the next circumstance and the next and the next and the next, because it built my hope into faith, into this really solidified knowing place that my kids were going to be okay, that I was going to be okay, that we were going to not succumb to abuse the way that others had, and that we were going to come out of that and not be a victim our whole lives to what happened to us, but a victor in the idea that we are now thriving in so many ways that statistically weren't supposed to happen. I know it's through my dedication as a parent to try and navigate some pretty murky water at the time, but to lead by example for my children. Now, there were times when I wanted to push and pull and drag and dictate, shoulda, woulda, coulda, on them. But the only time where they really responded was when I stood into my leadership. I pulled myself out of another dark place. I walked past the precipice of the unknown, and I leaped into building my wings on the way down as I continually leapt and leapt and leapt in the next opportunity that I created for myself. But it was the healing that I was dedicated into that moment that created the cycle of forward movement. And just like yesterday's information was pertinent to today's foundational piece for me. So today I'm studying unity. And it's asking me to look through a different lens than I've had before. So my context is now adjusting in a way, and now I can see things with a little bit of a different point of view. With that comes this, happening all the way through my system, that things start to snap and click together, and all of a sudden, wow, I have insights. And similar to so many times in my life where I learned something or I experienced something, where life before that was different and life after that will now be different because I choose it to be. So last night, because I had a really long day, I had a bunch of stuff that I needed to do before I went to bed. One to into and including was my 17th day of my second round of 21 days of abundance journey. Now, I haven't missed one day. I haven't missed one task. I have stayed loyal to that, to the highest level that I have ever known before. And even though I was tired last night, it was 1:45. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do this tomorrow. And that strong sense inside of me said, no, T, you said you would do this. So I plugged in the earplugs and I lied myself on the pillow and I listened to the recording, and then at some point in time I rested because I was very tired. But when I woke up with the earplugs in my ears, moments later when the bell dinged at the end of the thing, so it was, 5 or 6 minutes where I was just sort of floating. And at that moment, I was really close to sleep. That place where you're just like, oh yeah, this feels so good. I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep right now. And I'm so close. But I have this other drawing piece, something pulling me. The shoulda, woulda, couldas of it all. But I'm lying there and I'm grappling with myself. Well, can I do it tomorrow? Yes. I mean, the truth is I can. I can try and make time for it tomorrow, or I can make it important enough, whatever. But how do I feel about that? It doesn't feel aligned with what I said that I would do. So in that moment, I have a choice to make. So ultimately, waking myself up, turning on my flashlight so I didn't interrupt my boyfriend, getting bigger than my reasons why not to make it happen. And in that journaling, took 5 minutes, something came out. And then I go to sleep, resting in that place, unknown to me what today will unfold and be at that time. When the alarm went off this morning and I was super tired and I snoozed it and snoozed it and snoozed it a few more times, because ultimately no one's saying, hey, you should get up right now. You need to be up right now. But I know that because my house is a busy place, it's a hub, because eventually people come home and they want dinner and there's expectations later on in the day, that the morning is one of those places that's really peaceful. And when I get up and utilize that time, I feel the peace. I feel the groundedness. I feel the rootedness in that. So I convinced myself, I'll catch up. It's fine. Now I had finished what I was supposed to do the night before with the 21 days of gratitude, but I was 2 days behind in my Neil Diamond Walsh quest, Awakening the Species. And I find that so fascinating because I paid for that course. So the free abundance thing, I'm willing to, stay up till midnight or past and get her done. But at that point in time, I shut it down, knowing that I would visit it today. But isn't that interesting? So I just find so many points of curiosity in my day, and I'm so fascinated with how I do, why I do, what I do. And now I'm taking a step back and just taking a look and going, whoa, isn't that interesting? I wonder where that came from. I wonder why I do that. I wonder what that answers for me. I wonder what I'm longing for. When I ask for those things to appear and then I just be quiet and allow them to come, the answers come to me. And so today, being that I didn't wake up when I intended to wake up, I broke an agreement with myself before I even left my bed. And that tunes in some of the things that will unravel in a day, because it's the foundation. Before my feet hit the floor, I've already broken a little agreement, but an agreement all the same. And then I'm peaceful. I do my meditation. Everything's going along well. I don't do the task at that point in time because I move on to the next thing. I have a call at 10, etc., etc. The wheel starts turning on the day, and all of a sudden it's intensifying. And the 17 or 21 things that I have on my list now are feeling daunting. Ever had that happen? Load yourself up with so much that you're feeling buried by it all? I'm learning how to reevaluate some of those things, but I don't know yet how to use that muscle. It's foreign to me, so I'm just learning how to do that. And I'm curious every day. I'm come from a place of discovery and curiosity and interest, real genuine interest in, wow, T, again, hey, that's so interesting. What is it about you that you continue to need that experience? It's in the dedication to learning that the openness and expansion comes, right? Because literally at this point in time, under normal circumstances, I would be ramped up in anxiety. I would be hiding from the world. I would be sad, mad, angry, not be able to control my emotions, be in overwhelm and stress all the time, which is always really pleasant for all the people around me. I can tell you that much. Not. and potentially the people out there that are in service to me at this point in time, because I don't know how to contain that stuff. And it just, comes out. But the truth is, I'm responsible in a way that I've never felt responsible before. Because I already know all the things up till now, and now I need something new as a catalyst to move through that stuff. And so tonight when I got home, after a really long day of studying and meetings and on and on and on, the list goes on and on, knowing and understanding that I hadn't done my Neil Diamond Walsh still. And I'm like, wow, what is that, T? What is that? Even though I did glimpse at it this morning, so I knew that we were studying unity. So that had been playing in the back of my mind, and everything, of course, coincided with that today with the golden thread, because that always happens when I'm looking for it. Evidence will show up, right? But as I'm listening to this just 10, 15 minutes ago, and understanding that I needed to complete that before I did this, for I don't know why, but I knew that. And then having this epiphany moment in that experience where he was talking about immunity, community. What's the other one? Immunity, community, opportunity. All of these words have unity in it. So as I'm journaling and writing and everything else and doing all my tasks and completing all of those things, I'm like, wow, I've never seen those words that way before. Here is we're boosting our immunity and building community through opportunities. That spells unites. Like, it's so blatant, yet it was so distant and convoluted and confusing before now, but all of a sudden, wow. A new level of understanding. I turned a corner, if you will. It feels like that door has now closed, and what will I do? What can I do? What will I do? And then he said something just so profound that I was like awestruck in this moment. He said, I know you consider yourself a seeker, which I do. I'm keen as a seeker. I've always been keen as a seeker. I've been seeking my whole life. And what he said was, shift to be the source. Because if I give away the laughter, the wealth, the abundance, the whatever it is that I feel like I need and that I'm lacking, if I give that away from the source, I become the source of those things instead of always looking outside of myself to grab onto these little seeking opportunities so that I can try and stick them on me and make that work. And what he says was, all that comes through me comes to me. So it really is true, folks, that place of go inside, go within. Abundance is not a destination. It is a state of being. And as I learn how to be more and more and more in tune with that, the alignment washes over me. And I'm cleared of the fog that I've been carrying around, or the veil that I've been afraid to lift, or the lies that I tell myself from time to time. Let's be serious, quite often. Because some of it's scary. At least it can be. We talked about shifting from need to desire. Need has a level of desperation. I need this. I need to have this. I need the better job. I need the education. I need to. I desire. Complete shift in energy. And we can create these and generate these new energetic signatures through shifting these things, just minutely, a little bit at a time. But I tell you, that profound moment when I went, wow. He said, you were born a seeker because that's how we are born, seeking out, being in discovery, being this channel to what's next, consuming life with all of our senses, living aligned with our bliss because we don't know any different. And I see that with my granddaughter every single day. She just lives life. She's never thinking, well, I'm not good enough. I don't know if I deserve breakfast this morning. She's never thinking that. And I know at some point in time it shifts and changes, and I can see snippets of that with her, wanting to accommodate behaviors and stuff, but for the most part, she lives and breathes from a place of, I desire this, therefore I shall have it. I desire this, therefore I'm going to do this. There's no real basis of need, because all of our needs are met. So he said, shift your vocabulary because words are so powerful and they have meaning. I choose this instead of I need this. I choose that instead of I need that. And oh, woe is me, I don't have this and I don't have that and I don't own a house and I don't have the education and I don't, whatever it is that we're telling ourselves, quack, 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 quack. If we want more of it, we have to give it away. But we become the source. So if you received anything in this whole 15-minute, 16-minute video now from me, as me being the source for something for you, I invite you now to take that in internally. Let that insight come up and bubble up, and then find someone to give yours away to, because that's the gift in this, is there's unity. It's connected. It's all connected. Our immunity, our opportunities, and our community. Unity. It's the answer. Yeah, sprinkled with heavily doses of love, of course. Because truly, that's the highest vibration in my understanding, in my capacity to know at this point in time. I know that when I am vibrating that large vibration of love from a genuine place, it's so powerful and it changes so many things. So much love out there. I love being here with you every day. Thank you for allowing me to expand and expand and expand and grow and share. Love. Love. See you tomorrow.